This is YouTube Just WM, human ancestors from the origin of life to present day. The first tetrapods, let's begin. Tetrapod begins, so up to episode 8. So far, hold on. So far we have traveled, So far, we have traveled from the origin of life over 4 billion years ago to first jawed fish around 440 to 400, around 420 million years ago. We're in the Devonian, which is the age of fish. In history of life on Earth, history animal life, history of fish. It's the age of armored jawed fish. The age of armored fish in the history of vertebrates. I prefer to say it like that. This is Eocynopteron. It lived between 387 and 380 million years. 383,700,000, around 383,700,000 years BCE to around, hold on a minute, and then it was a Cercopter gene or lobefin fish that was an early tetrapod, or for stem tetrapod. It lived in the late Devonian, like I said, around 387.7 million years ago. It was 5 feet long, or 1.5 meters. Lived in North America, Greenland, Scotland, Lavinia, Lithuania, and Estonia. And I'm not sure if it was our ancestor. Regardless, it lived like a salmon today. Then eventually our ancestors became Panchemes. Pantryphes lived around 380 million years ago. It started, its limbs started to grow and more fin. Its fins started to grow more limb-like. In the sea at the same time was armored jawed fish, which could have been a predator, like Dougalastius, which lived from 382 to 358 million years BCE. Around 380 million years ago, Dougalastius would have been a predator. 358 million years ago, 350 to 380 million years BCE when Panchemes lived. All these animals lived. It lived in the mid to late Devonian. Assumed it lived in the more late Devonian. Not 100% sure if Eocynopteron was our ancestor. And also, next came, our ancestors started to come out of the word tectonic, which lived around 380 million to 375 million years BCE. So just ignore that. It was a Cercopter gene. This was in the late Devonian. It was 9 3/4 feet long, or 3 meters. Lived in Canada and Greenland, as far as I know. The swamps came out of the water. And then eventually became, it still had, our ancestors still were tied to the water legs. Eventually Tiktaalik evolved into Iphriostega. Tiktaalik and Iphriostega and their relatives here. Tiktaalik was a tetrapodomorphous stem tetrapod. Iphriostega was an early tetrapod, and its relatives were in a unique order and class. And then before Friostega lived. Hold on a minute. Around 365 million years ago, Acanthostega lived. Eventually became Friostega. Acanthostega. Hold on. Acanthostega was at least two feet 2 feet 2 inches or 2 feet or 60 centimeters long, exactly. And then Friostega appeared, came out on the land. It ate insects, fish, and arachnids and myriapods, aquatic invertebrates, and fish. This is a bug flying around. It eats bugs. And then also, eventually, its descendants, Acanthostega, they adapt fully to life. Its descendant, Acanthostega, I mentioned that. Yeah. Hold on a minute. Friostega adapted to life on land, and evolved in the pedipeds or Peter's foot. Well, I don't know if I'm saying it right. I'll let you know. Which we'll talk about next time. Which was the early tetrapods. More early tetrapods. Thank you for watching. Be sure to like, by the end of the next episode, we'll see the first true land-dwelling, our first true land-dwelling ancestors, the first true land-dwelling vertebrates. In the meantime, the Devonian ends in a two-punch mass extinction caused by combination. The first punch, I'm not going to go in detail. It was a combination of ocean. Eutrophication. Basically, I think there was an ocean. Pretty sure there was an ocean-wide algal bloom both ways due to plants growing on land, dying, decaying the soil. And then came a and then in the first wave there was also a super plume or Larginius, probably some type of volcanic activity. Second wave, there was an asteroid. There was an impact or a supernova. And then life on land kept thriving. The Galactius was now gone. Alright, thank you for watching. Be sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Share this video anywhere: Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, etc. Messenger, Discord, Messenger too, Facebook Messenger as well, Instagram Messenger, TikTok Messenger, Discord, Daily Motion, Reddit, Snapchat, it doesn't matter. And then also check out my other channel, Extraterrestrial YouTube, just WM speculating on aliens and mostly also information, search for alien life. YouTube Joseph WM. 2, mostly my vlogs and podcast. And other things. Some speculative evolution, other non-speculative evolution, also things that are not paleontology or natural history. Anyway, alright, see you in the next video, bye.